The story of option trading are that option traders can make monster gains in just a few short hours or days. We're talking like 1000% gains. But wait, who actually sells you an option? And is it possible to make $50,000 a year just by selling or writing options? There's got to be some stipulation to this, some risk, something that's going on that's not right. What's up, you guys? I'm Jacob Fisher, and we're back with another Minute Monday, this time talking about writing options or option writers and how you can make an actual salary by doing this. I'm actually really excited to talk about this because it's a concept that just popped into my mind one day while sitting at my computer. I was like, oh, can you make money just being the option writer? So with a bit of research and other such things and looking into this, I've actually developed a few videos that are going to be coming out. This one is the short intro Minute Monday video on a quick overview on the 2 ways you can sell or write options to make money. I know we've all heard the rumor that 90% of options expire worthless, so there's got to be some money to make in selling options, right? Well, not necessarily, because that fact is actually not true, and according to the CBOE, it is much less than that. Now, they have stated that 7% of options are exercised, which is the key figure we're looking for here. Let's get into the 2 options to sell options to make money. The first one is that you can sell covered calls on your position. If you own 100 shares of any stock that trades options, you can do this. Let's take SPY for this example. It's a great use for a lot of option trading. I mean, it's just an overall view of the market, so it's perfect to look at. It's a great tool for just starting out to watch SPY and see what happens. We're going to take the weekly expiration date contracts because those are just the easiest to understand. They expire every single week on Friday. Or if the market is closed on Friday, they expire Thursday. If you own 100 shares of SPY, let's say you bought early and you've been holding them for a while, you might own it around 250. Right, you own 100 shares at 250. You could sell one call contract, strike 312, let's go with 244 today, which is June 17th. That would have netted you, just by selling that option, $244 right there. There are now 2 things that could happen. On closing day, SPY could close above $312 and you could have your option exercised. What that means is that you now have to sell your 100 shares of SPY at $312. That was the strike price we mentioned. So technically, you actually made $6,200 extra just from the sale of proceeds because you had bought so low, and then the $244 that you sold the option for. You can, of course, buy back in at some point if SPY drops and then do this all again. If you do own a position, you should try to only sell covered calls above your position price. So if you have SPY at 300, don't sell 290 calls because you'll take a $10 loss, or 10 times 100, if the option is exercised at that price. The other thing that could happen is SPY closes below 312 and the option is not exercised. You were just left with $244 and your shares of SPY that you still have. You can do this again next week and the week after and the week after until it's exercised, and then you could go back to option 1 and buy again at another point. In this case, let's just say you can make $250 a week by selling options. That would net you at $13,000 extra a year. Moving on to option 2, options, selling cash secured puts. This one is similar, just on the opposite end of the spectrum. Using SPY as an example again, you could sell the 309 puts if you have $30,900 in your account, because it's cash secured. You need to be able to buy 100 shares of SPY at the strike price. So 30,900. 309 times 100. When you are selling a put, you are basically saying you would buy the underlying security at this price, meaning you should only sell cash secured puts if you believe in the company and are overall bullish on it. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to bag hold of stock that you really didn't believe in. Consider it like something you would be okay with owning at that price. Anyway, you sold the 309 puts, making $2.14 or $214 in the process. 2 things can happen again. SPY could close below 309 and then your option could be exercised and you would need to buy SPY 100 shares of it at $309. The other option is SPY closes above it and your option is not exercised, it expires worthless, and you walk away with $14 just from that. Keep in mind, there is another way if your option is exercised on selling puts that I will get into in a future video, so keep an eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe down below. Another thing to keep in mind is that you could be doing this on a stock like MU or GE, Those are much cheaper prices, and you would need significantly less cash in your brokerage account, best brokerage up there, for this to work. GE is at $7 right now. Technically, you would only need $700 to sell a cash secured put. Mu is at $50 right now, so you would only need $5,000 to sell a cash secured put. Again, though, you wouldn't want to do this on a stock you don't want to own. If you don't want to own GE, you probably shouldn't do it on GE. With some simple math, you would need to sell about $1,000 worth of options per week to be able to make $50,000 per year. Using SPY in this example, you could sell $200 a contract again, so you would need to sell 5 contracts of SPY a week, or own 500 shares of SPY. You can either do this with puts, having about $150,000 in your brokerage account, or already owning 500 shares of SPY you could be selling the calls off of. So either $150,000 in capital, or you already own it at whatever price it might be. I upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on travel and finance. If that sounds of interest to you, then again, subscribe down below. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on option writing, and if it's a viable strategy for maybe a future you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.